Hello, my beautiful low carb real food community members. How are you? I am Mary Barson with another episode of Low Carb in the Leaves this morning. I'm feeling a lot better today. So I was a bit tired and ratty yesterday. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about self-kindness and self-compassion. And as a GP, operating the way that I do, I make people cry a lot. I frequently make patients cry. And it's not what I intend to do, it's just what happens. People don't often come to the doctor with a general health issue or a weight loss issue because absolutely everything is going perfectly wonderfully. They've got nothing they want to change and they feel great and they just wanted to pay the fee, check in and let me know that. It doesn't happen very often at all. People come and see me when there's something that they want to change, when they're in pain, either physical or emotional, and they're worried about something, when they're afraid, scared, or combinations of all of these things. And when, as I do provide a space, a therapeutic space for people to communicate, for people to express how they're feeling, often the feelings come out and they cry. And that's okay. It's absolutely fine. Indeed, in a way, I actually find that I'm kind of honoured by people's expressing their emotions. I am honoured by the tears because it shows that I have been able to provide a space that they feel safe in, which is what I want. Because transformation can't happen without that sort of healing space. And as I was contemplating this, thinking about what I was going to talk about today, I came to the realisation that we actually all need to create a healing space for ourselves. So this is in the general practice office. There is a space for you to express how you feel, for you to cry, for you to be vulnerable, for you to honour what is going on and what you want to change, for you to honour how you feel, for you to honour your fears and to find a way forward. We need to create this therapeutic space for ourselves as well. And I think that the way that we do this is with self-compassion. I love compassion. I think compassion has been one of the common threads that has been weaved all throughout my life. It is something that is infused all throughout my work and my life, and actually is probably one of my biggest values if I think about it. And we need compassion towards ourselves if we want to come unstuck and move past unhelpful behaviours. For example, if you want to change your relationship with food, if you want to lose weight, if you want to move more, if you want to get healthier, then you need to provide a healthy space for yourself to do this, and you need to be compassionate to yourself. Now, I often use the words self-kindness and self-compassion interchangeably when I'm just sort of discussing, but compassion and kindness are in fact, they're slightly different. Kindness is part of compassion. What compassion is recognizing suffering either in yourself or in others, and wanting to change it, being motivated to change that suffering. And people can suffer during their health and weight loss journey. Often people will recognise the suffering that they identify that being overweight causes, the suffering that their chronic illness is causing if they've got, disease and debility related to being overweight and insulin resistant. That suffering they will frequently identify and want to change, and the way that people want to change that suffering is to just do it and to just be able to change their behaviour and just get on with it and not be so bloody weak and just, why can't I do it? I see that pattern quite frequently. But there is also other suffering. There's a suffering when people want to eat low carb real food if they're following our program or seeing me, but finding that they're stumbling and getting stuck and not following it perfectly all the time. And then there is this other cause of suffering where people's actions and behaviours are not in line with their goals. And I actually would love to alleviate all of that suffering. And so I frequently preach is possibly the wrong word. Let's go along with it. I frequently preach self-kindness in the face of imperfection. When people are not able to follow the plan, because we're human, no one's going to be able to be on plan perfectly all the time. When people aren't, for example, me last week, not engaging in my regular meditation practice, I certainly could get pretty annoyed at myself because I knew that it was affecting my well-being, but I still wasn't doing it anyway. When we do this, when our expectations aren't living up to our goals, we actually need to be kind to ourselves, because self-beration and self-hatred is actually going to make it harder for us to change our behaviour, harder for us to stay on track. You can't really hate yourself thin or berate yourself well. It doesn't really work. So if we are filled with self-hatred and disgust and self-anger at each little slip-up, and slip-ups will occur, then we're far more likely to throw in the towel, or also far more likely to just continue on with the unhelpful behaviour in like this numb denial, like it doesn't even matter, it's not even happening. Just eat the entire packet of Tim Tams without even noticing. So cultivating self-compassion is a really important skill, but it can be extremely uncomfortable for people, especially people who want to change something about themselves. And I'll talk more tomorrow about how you can start to cultivate self-compassion. But I will just leave this here now. If you think about somebody who loves you, somebody who likes you, somebody who values you, and just try and see yourself through their eyes, that can be a useful way to start cultivating that all-important self-compassion and kindness. And it is, I think, quite a foreign concept to some people, but nonetheless, I believe it. I believe that self-kindness and self-compassion are essential ingredients to weight loss and to people's weight loss journey. All right, everybody, be extremely kind to yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow.